Now, here is why it is very important to make sure you take care of resonance in your recordings, because it masks the good frequencies, it creates harshness and listeners fatigue, it destroys dynamic range, it makes processing a lot harder, and it translates badly across systems. We all know Soothe 3 as the holy grail for fixing harsh mixes, but let's be real, not everyone has $200 laying around. What if I told you this plugin, Dagon by Machal Tones, handles dynamic suppression for the grand total of $0? So today I'm putting it to tests on vocals and masters to see if it is actually a better free alternative to Soothe, or if it is just another budget freebie you would delete in a week. So let's check it out. Something moving, something moving. So you can hear at default it is already taking care of those nasty nasal resonant frequencies. Something moving. And to the far left you see options to switch between different modes. You see the modern, you get the natural, you get the smart, you get perceptual, you get the intense. So, talking about the intense, this is where the plugin processes aggressively. Something moving, something moving. And for perceptual, alright, this mode is more a polite dehasher, if I may put it that way. So let's check it out. Something moving. You can see I drove the threshold to the max and you can barely hear the impact. Now to the next mode, which is smart. This particular mode, once activated, takes away the depth knob, turning the threshold knob into a sensitivity knob. And smart mode only reduces frequencies that actually stand out from the frequencies around them, only if they are loud enough to be heard. Let's check it out. Something moving, something moving, something moving, something moving. The next mode here is the natural. So this is the most neutral sounding mode where the plugin focuses on ducking resonances that would be audible and protecting musical harmonics. Something moving, something moving, something moving, something moving. And the last mode, which is the modern, is a very gentle ease reduction on the resonances, protecting the transients, whereby leaving the main body of the material intact. Let's hear it in action. Something moving, something moving. Alright, and below it you see different sound qualities. You see the live, you see the studio, and you see the multi-res. But here is a beautiful thing about this plugin. Clicking on this question mark icon here takes you to a detailed manual where you know what every single feature is. So you can see under the live, it is a real-time zero latency fast reacting option, and you can see they said it's best for tracking and live monitoring. For the studio is for finer resolution and deeper cleaner cuts. It adds about 43 milliseconds of latency, best for mixing. Then the multi-res, which is studio quality plus extra high frequency resolution and sharpness at the same latency. So it's a very intuitive plugin that you can quickly grasp and understand how this plugin works. Now you notice when I turn it off, the vocal sample has this unpleasant nasal frequency that is piercing your ear. Something moving. Now, you can actually add more bands to really focus on that particular frequency you want to control. Something moving, something moving. You can see it's now engaging more on the set frequencies, all right? And if you want to increase the overall strength of the suppression, you engage the depth, all right? So let's see that. Something moving. Now, followed by the focus. The focus knob actually sets how narrow, how surgical the cuts are, taking it up, as you can see. Something move. Makes it tinier, and bringing it down makes it wider. Something moving. Something. Alright, now you get the max cuts, which is this feature here. So this is more like a ceiling that sets how much any single frequency can drop. So let's check that out. Something moving. Something. You can see to the max it drops so steep. Something move. And when I turn it off, something moving. Now that takes us to the threshold over here, which shows you how loud the resonance can be before it is ducked. So something moving, something moving. Now you can see attack and release, which is how fast it reacts, how long it holds, and the rest of that. Now the next feature here is the delta knob to hear the detected resonance. Something moving, something moving, something moving. And also below the delta feature is sidechain. So you see you can sidechain with this plugin, which is super useful. Above here is the bypass button, and you can see some interesting factory presets you can start off with. So that is it, guys, but don't take it for what I'm saying. I'll be leaving the link to this plugin in the description. Try it out and share your thoughts, your findings about this plugin. If you're coming across my channel for the very first time, please do support me by leaving a like, share with your producer friends, subscribe, and most importantly turn on your bell notification for more amazing content like this. And if you're interested to check out more free plugins I've covered on this channel, the video on the screen right now is a playlist. Go there, who knows, you might find something very useful that you need at the moment, and I will see you there. As always, stay creative, stay focused, and bye for now.